What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, as we are also doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers for some Crypto TV merch. So definitely make sure to be involved in that. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So we are going to actually talk about Litecoin hitting a very key resistance, as well as Ripple taking off and how that could potentially affect the market in a very good way. So just to scroll down here, we are looking at the current cryptocurrency market cap, and as you guys can see, we have about $208 billion, almost $209 billion. We have a 24-hour volume of 12 and a Bitcoin dominance of 53.5. So we're about like 7 billion up from yesterday, which is really good. We have a 24-hour volume of 12.2, so in that case, we're around the same in volume, which is interesting. And then we have a pretty low Bitcoin dominance, considering we've seen this at like 57%, which is quite low. As I scroll down, you can see there's a lot happening right now. A lot is going on with the current market. You can see for the most part, all the coins in the top 10 are doing well, except for Tether, but it's only down by 0.6, so it's still in consolidation. Otherwise, we see Bitcoin barely moving, up 0.88 at 64.73. Ethereum up 1.5 at 213. XRP up 40% at 45 cents. We see Stellar up 11% at 23 cents, and we talked about that yesterday. And then Litecoin up 1.3 at $55. So there's a few things that I want to point out on the technical analysis chart, because it's very interesting in my opinion. So as you saw in the title, Litecoin is testing some strong key resistance. Hopefully without much explanation, you guys can see right off the bat what I'm referring to. You can see this purple line that I've drawn, which has been in play for quite some time now. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you guys can see $55 is acting as a crucial resistance for Litecoin at the moment. So if in doubt, we test this and we're able to break above it. I think we will definitely see a nice recovery in the aspect of us moving up to ranges, price action around 55 to around $70. I'd say 55 being the support. You can see actually right now we are currently moving at $55.17. Quite a bit up. The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, looks very nice, actually, only at around 55, so plenty of potential to move higher. I'd really like to see a 4-hour candle close above the resistance as of right now. You can see we are currently testing this as I'm making this video. You can see this high-low MMA is definitely going to come into play, but I truly think that in the long-term aspect, we should be moving up. And the reason I believe so is if I show you guys on the daily right here, you can see a few things that is happening right now. So one, we are retesting, obviously, that resistance right there, that $55. You can see also that we are actually breaking out of the downtrend. You know, this is a downtrend right here. This yellow, huge, bearish downtrend on the market, we are actually moving out of that now. If we manage to get above 55, I really don't think there's much stopping us from shooting right up to $75 fairly quickly, in my opinion. I think we would head there very quickly. And just to foreshadow what I'm referring to is look at Ripple. Look at Ripple to US dollar. You guys can see that there is this downtrend right here, and we just managed to break out of it. You can see we finally found our support at the bottom. We broke out of it bullish, and we went up to retest our high-low middle moving average. You can see that we're also extremely overbought on Ripple, so I don't think we can continue to move up much higher in the fact that the daily is quite overbought. But to show you guys that on Litecoin, if I just zoom out here right now, I want to show you what I'm referring to and how these charts look fairly similar, almost as if Litecoin is, or Ripple is foreshadowing what Litecoin is about to do. So you guys can see that both Ripple and Litecoin have this very long extended chart right here. You can see this chart extends down, and we finally consolidated, found the point of contact, and shot up. Litecoin is consolidating. You can see we're literally just at the cusp. We've been, challenging the top support similar, or the top resistance, similar to Ripple right here. We topped off right here and then fell, and you can see how Litecoin topped off right here and then fell back to a support it found at around $50, I believe. Let's find out, or maybe it was 45, around, yeah, $50. You can see it tested right here, and you can see then it started to trade sideways, and we're trying to now break out of that downtrend, which is what Litecoin was trying to do. You can see how, if I zoom in, sorry, what Ripple was trying to do. If I zoom in on Ripple, you can see that it was challenging here, fell, retested, and then shot up. Similar to Litecoin, it fell, let's see, fell, then retested, and now it's projected to shoot up. So it'll be very interesting, in my opinion. Like, is Ripple foreshadowing what Litecoin's doing? Keep in mind, Ripple is like number 3 in the coin market cap. Litecoin is like 7. So they're very close, you know, compared to other coins. So the fact that we're seeing Ripple massively shoot up, which is now correcting itself, it's moving back down into more stable territory and most likely to go below this red band right here. But it truly does signify to me that Litecoin is about to do the same thing, because they're so close. You can see price right now for Litecoin is 55.45 right here, and we are back above that $55 resistance, and it's very possible that money could be moving out of Ripple or out of other coins and moving back into Bitcoin and Litecoin, and we can see that we're trying to move back up. And I truly do think these charts look very, very, very similar, in my opinion. Just the way, as this is the daily, and then this is the daily as well. The way it topped off right here, fell, consolidated, and then retested again is so similar to Litecoin, how it topped off, fell, consolidated, and then tested again and broke through. It looks like almost identical to what we're about to do. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see Litecoin rise up very quickly compared to what Ripple is doing. So definitely let me know in the comments below if you agree with that or what your other opinions are on it. But I would not be surprised at all if we see Litecoin start to follow in Ripple's path. One thing to note is Bitcoin is now doing quite well, and it looks like it is projected to hit that $6,800 that I was talking about, point E. So as you guys can see, there is a pretty strong resistance at $6,500. You can see we're currently at 6,485. You can see the resistance we played out right here. You can see we were topping off right here, could not break above, and you can see we are currently trying to retest that, and we're coming back strong. So it does seem like we double bottomed, 1, 2, or maybe not a double bottom, but it seems like we're definitely setting higher lows, and we are definitely headed up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we can just continue this movement up to E. We look very, very, very good on the relative strength index at 48. Let's see the 4-hour. How is that looking? So nothing too bad. We're about to enter overbought on the relative strength index on the 4-hour, but you guys can see there's a small uptrend starting. You can see the resistance that I had played out here. Strong support at the bottom here. You can see we're retesting that 4-hour high-low minimum moving average once again. So, you know, it's very possible that if we can break above this 4-hour right here, I see no problem shooting right up to E at around $6,800. So definitely be patient, because I do think if we're able to, within the next couple of hours, if not tomorrow, break this resistance right here, I think we're going to go and continue and complete this Elliott wave. So there's a lot of exciting things happening in the market right now, and it's a good time to be in it. I do think we're about to experience maybe not a bullish market, but definitely the end of this bear market, and we can see, I would call it like some accumulation in the price, and we can slowly start to move up and retest some of those previous highs that we've had in the past. Ethereum just seems to be hanging on there. I think Ethereum is way behind all of the other top cryptocurrencies. I think it's way behind Bitcoin, way behind Litecoin in regards to consolidating and inevitably popping up and retesting around 360. But I think it is definitely time for these coins to start to break out and correct itself. We've been definitely hit pretty hard in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of volume get injected into the market. So exactly like Ripple, like honestly, you guys can see how Ripple just popped off like that, found its support at the bottom, and then shot up to its high-low MMA. consolidating back down because it's overextended, going back down to support, which would be below this the daily high-low MMA middle moving average on the red band. You can see it's trying to go back down into that over more neutral territory and out of that overbought area, but they just look very identical in my opinion. You can see right here where we hit right here, similar to, I'm going to zoom out right now to show you guys what I'm referencing, because I do think Litecoin and Bitcoin just look very peculiar in terms of how similar they are. And, you know, on the grand scheme of things, that 40% jump really isn't that big if you really look at it like this. So you can see right here seems to be more or less the last few days are similar in my opinion on the way they just kind of interact, and the way they're consolidating like that and then bouncing off. It's very similar to Ripple right here, bouncing off, or right here if we're going to look a little bit closer. It's just very interesting because these big coins like to follow each other. Tested it, fell, came here, tested it, fell, and then came back. They're just very similar in my opinion, and I want to see something. So obviously we see Ripple taking off, and it's very interesting because Ripple's just been flatlined for so long. But you can see all the other coins are literally hand in hand with each other. Stellar taking off too. They're all kind of taking off. Litecoin slowly following in the past, but you know, who knows? Like if it's going to flatline out like that, it's just more reason for it to shoot up. But you guys can see the resistance right there. The explosion upwards. I truly think it's foreshadowing the potential that Litecoin has. So I think that's going to sum up the episode for today. It's going to wrap it up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Definitely pay attention. A lot of cool stuff is happening. So you don't want to miss anything. So definitely turn on those post notifications. Giveaway at 5K, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.